Crossover Report. I want to welcome you. Video series, 3 guys, 1 mic. Going to be doing some conference previews for you here in the college basketball upcoming season. I believe the season actually starts tomorrow, so we're getting into some previews. We're going to talk Big Ten in this video. Big Ten, always a strong conference, and I think this year is going to be another just competitive year for the Big Ten. They had 6 teams in the tournament last year, and they have also 6 teams right now in the preseason top 25. So it should be another fun year to watch basketball in the Big Ten Conference. And, this year seems like there's a lot of strong front courts, a lot of big power, big men in this league this year. So it should be fun to watch. So let's get into it. We'll talk conference winner. Who do we think is going to win the Big Ten this year? Nick?
I'm going to go with Maryland. Maryland's one of the top teams in the country this year. Some people have them rated number 1 overall. They're bringing back Melo Trimble, the best point guard last year, and they're expecting him to pick up right where he left off this year. And now they're bringing in the big man in Diamond Stone, who's McDonald's All-American, and having one of the best inside-out games in the country now. Trimble's ability to create is also huge for them because they have a lot of shooters around the perimeter that he can dish the ball to. And Rashid Suleiman, who was the transfer from Duke, went to Maryland last year, and then Layman, he can also really light it up. So I think they surrounded Trimble with good pieces to have them ready for a deep run in the Big Ten title this year.
Yeah, I actually have Maryland, too, for a lot of the same reasons Nick said. Melo Trimble is one of the best players in the country this year coming back. And then Diamond Stone, top 10 recruit. He plays really well down low. That's kind of going to be the story for the whole Big Ten this year is big men. It seems like every team has an elite big man on their team. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Diamond Stone to prove himself. I think he's the best big man in the conference. For those reasons, I think Maryland wins the conference.
And I'm also 3 for 3. I'm picking Maryland also. Mark Turgeon done a great job at Maryland in his 5 years here. Last year had obviously a great season, and nobody really expected them to have the season they had last year in the Big Ten. And they should only be better this year. I think the biggest key to them was getting the transfer from Duke, Rashid Suleiman. I think he's going to really add a lot of depth, not only on the defensive side, but his ability to knock down some three-point shots is going to really take a lot of pressure, I think, off of Trimble. And then, obviously, as you two said, Diamond Stone, one of the top players in the country, is going to be a handful down low for many teams in the Big Ten. So Maryland's going to be tough this year, and I think it's going to be their year to win the Big Ten Conference. So let's get into then a team that we think could have a season that people aren't expecting them to have, a dark horse team. Paul, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I actually like Iowa a lot. They were 4th in the conference last year, 12-6 in conference, and they bring back Jared Udall, who a lot of people thought might go to the NBA last year. He's going to be a late first-round early second-round pick, I think, in the draft this year. He's an excellent shooter, excellent scorer. It's kind of like Seth Tuttle last year, maybe more like Kyle Wiltshire this year. But I think he can carry this Iowa team. I think they can surprise some people on the road and at home. Watch out for them come tourney time.
I'm going to go with Michigan. Their picks finished 5th in the Big Ten this year. I mean, I think any team with shooting can be dangerous late in the year, and they got loads of it. Karis LeVert's one of the best guards in the conference this year. But they also have Zach Irvin, Derek Walton, and if you can remember Spike Albright from a couple years ago in the national title game, he's still there. So they have shooting all over. The big knock against them is their lack of size, but I think they can overcome that. If these guys get hot at the right time, they can definitely make a run late in the year and possibly win the Big Ten tournament.
And I'm going with Nick. Michigan's my dark horse team also. With the return of LeVert, I think his presence alone is going to really help this Michigan team. I think with some of the injuries they sustained last year, Derek Walton also hurt during the year. Some freshmen got a lot of playing time, which I think was really good experience for them and is going to be huge coming into this year. It's going to help them. And then, as Nick said, their front court is going to be their knock. But Ricky Doyle and Mark Donnell, both freshmen last year who had an extreme amount of playing time because of injuries. I think that was huge for them, and they're going to be able to help this team. And then, they're led by that backcourt. So Michigan could be fun to watch with their ability to knock down three-point shots. So they could be a team to watch out for this year in the Big Ten. And then let's get into our last category, Player of the Year. Who do we think is going to have the best season in the Big Ten Conference?
With Indiana's Yogi Ferrell.
Okay.
I'll go. Yogi Ferrell from Indiana. Honestly, I think he's the second best guard in the Big Ten, right behind Melo Trimble. And I think if he has a huge year, they have the best chance to probably knock off Maryland. And I think he will have a big year with Blackman now in his second year. That's going to help him out a lot. and they added Thomas Bryant, big man. So that's just he's got so much more help this year, and I think his talent's really going to flourish this season.
I'm going to take Melo Trimble because he is the best guard in the Big Ten. I think Diamond Stone inside is really going to help him open up some shots from the perimeter. He's 41% from three last year. So, they're going to be doubling big old Diamond down on the block, kick it out to Melo for the threes. He had 16, 4, and 3 last year. You got to just figure those numbers are going to go up. I think he's the best player in the Big Ten.
I'm going to go with Michigan's Karis LeVert. I think coming off of, he had foot surgery last year that ended the season. I think this could be his best year, and it's going to really help this Michigan team. That's why they're going to be possibly a team to watch out for. His ability on the offensive defensive end has only improved as he's moved his career on in Michigan. He's getting bigger every year as he came in a skinny little kid. I think he's put on over 25 pounds in his 3 years here. He reminds me a lot of Kawhi Leonard kind of with his ability to knock down the three ball. He can get to the rim at ease, and he plays really good defense. So I think his ability all over in all aspects is really what separates him, and I think this could be his year, player of the year candidate, and could be a top 20 draft pick if he has that good of a year. So I think Karis LeVert got to look out for sure. And it should be fun. Big Ten, my favorite conference, obviously. Boiler up, this guy, U of I, so –
Illinois guy.
Fighting Illini. Shout out Ryan Kelly. Boiler up. This is our year, Kelly. But yeah, Big Ten Conference, always fun to watch, and should be a good one. So thanks for listening. Crossover Report, 3 guys, 1 mic. We'll see you next time.
Coming at you from the Shy 708. We got 6 rings, Michael Jordan, great. Need to save the date, this a brand new debate. Talk teams that we love and talk teams that we hate.